Hey everybody, welcome back to Quali-Tea time. We didn't have one last week because basically a bunch of things just lined up in a neat little row that were either inconvenient to filming or simply rendered me completely dead. So, apologies for that. Nonetheless, kind of a bumper crop of vlog today. So, first piece of news is various oddities. Release version 4.0 of that model is currently on the approach. It might get done by next week's vlog. Hopefully, it's very much depending on how I manage to get one of the more anticipated mobs done. A little bit of work on that on Quali-Tea time tonight, he said, looking at the number of moles on his arm. So that will include such highly anticipated mobs as ravens, rats, giants done actually properly, thank you Mojang, and boulettes, or apparently it's boulets, but I've always pronounced it boulettes, which personally sounds better to me than boulet, but meh. In addition to that, I've been house hunting. I've been in a variety of locations across the city with my dad. Fox Den 2.0, and currently it's looking pretty good. There's an auction I have to attend tomorrow today, by the time you see this, which potentially will allow us to snag one of our highest priority targets on that. But if we don't, we've got one immediately behind that, which is in not as great a neighborhood, but it's Middlesbrough, so what is. And then another half dozen more as well behind that to go. So, fingers crossed we get some good news for this kind of saga by next week, which might mean that we are out of here within a couple of months, which would be good because our contract kind of comes up on October, so if we're here past that point, we're paying more rent, possibly we're stuck here for another year plus, which wouldn't be great, to say the least. The side of bad news for this week is that I have lost some footage twice this past month. I lost a bunch of footage for New Helena, a couple of hours worth in fact, and I in fact also lost a bit of footage for this vlog. The reason for this is Archon, the file server, is doing beautifully. Archon is very, very reliable, very helpful, shuts down when he's supposed to, boots up when he's supposed to, handles footage just fine. The problem is, there are 4 drives in Archon, 3 of which are actually usable because one of them needs to be reformatted, but Fuzz won't let me because there's old files of those on there. So that's 3 terabyte drives, one for editing, raw footage, and the video archive. The raw footage and the editing drives both have a recycling bin on them, which is great because it means if I delete something unwittingly or whatever, I can go into the recycling bin and retrieve it, and then that's great. The downside is that this consequently means that both the active storage and the inactive storage are on the same drive, so unless I go into the recycle bin and delete it there, deleting things doesn't actually free up space on the drive. Then, to, compound this issue, After Effects will continue to render a thing until it realizes there's no more space to save the thing, and then it will give up. Which is fine, that makes sense. It doesn't actually, however, delete the file it's created up until that point, so you end up with an unusable file that is eating all of the remaining space on the drive. So unless you actually go in and delete that, in this case twice, you don't actually get your space back. So yeah, that's happened twice this past month. That is entirely my fault. You could argue it's a little bit of the way the architecture's been put together, but I'm the one that put the architecture together. So yeah, if I had a 4th drive that I could actually use in Archon, that would be where the recycle bins were. But as it is, we don't. So, unfortunate. At least we're not eating up... At least footage and editing files aren't on the same drive anymore, so we're not eating those up conclusively, which is even worse. But yeah, that's my fault. Apologies for that. I should have been more studious in clearing out the files. But, well, now I have a video saying I'm responsible for it, so I guess I have to be more responsible for it. And on the note of the footage lost for this vlog, some of it was for a birthday present opening session with Fuzz, so about 20 minutes of that. I do, however, still have the audio for that. That did survive, so, enjoy this artistic reproduction of opening birthday presents. Slightly ASMR style. Well, one trip out to the Parcel Force Depot, which is quite a jaunt, it has to be said, later, and we do in fact have a new parcel. And I believe this is slightly belated birthday gifts. Now,
Birthday grifts.
yeah, birthday grifts. We've stolen them from some poor sap on the street. That particular sap being named Cam. Little story here, because I think I've figured out why this keeps happening. Apparently, and I've been told this by the person at the counter at the Parcel Force Depot, every parcel that the Royal Mail handles is weighed, and if it is greater than 2 kilograms, it gets handed off to Parcel Force to deal with, regardless of the address. Apparently Parcel Force has no clearing on what the address says, so they never realise that it's for a P.O. box when they're taking it, even though they don't deliver to P.O. boxes. Which is incredibly negligent of them, but nonetheless. How much do you think that weighs?
About 2 kilos.
2.06 kilos, to be precise. So...
6 grams.
6 grams. Got it sent almost here, and then stuck in a depot. They didn't even leave a card. As near as I can tell, they didn't put a card in the P.O. box at all. So, I never would have known this had come if the person who sent it hadn't sent me the tracking details. Also, it's a little bit worse for wear.
Yeah, it's a little bit, tiny bit bad.
Yeah, I think the contents are fine. As near as I can tell, it's just a little squished on one end. But, fingers crossed, there's nothing fragile in here. Shall I give you the blade?
Yes. Ah!
I would say please don't, but it's probably already seen worse. So.
Yeah. It doesn't get much worse than it's already seen. It's already been battered.
Yeah. Poor thing. Very securely packed. Oh, dear lord.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, this is a lot tighter packed than I thought it was.
Oh, good grief.
Okay, well, I guess first things first. Yep. Cards. We did get a card from Forbidden Smile recently, by the way, that I should probably point out came with a lovely little letter and some lovely little arts of the maid.
Oh, they have stickers to indicate which one of us these are for. So these are for both of us. And oh my god, how much is in here?
A box full. 2.06 kilograms worth. Aww.
I love these stickers. Aww.
Aww.
Party cat. Oh, wow.
Party yips.
Party yips, that's incredible.
Shiny party yips.
Do you want to read yours first, or should I read mine?
Yeah. To lying dash the yip. I hope you had a. I hope you a good lap day. That is what it says.
Yeah, yeah.
Skipped a word. Don't worry, happens to me all the time. And I hope you have good and better days to come. Have a brilliant day from Cam. 1 bar each. Dash follow the yips. A lack of yip cards this year, so I fixed this one. With the stickers. Very well done, I dare say. Very nice. They, honestly, at first I didn't really...
Oh my god, that's actually... Oh,
yeah,
wow!
I didn't realise that was an addition initially.
Yeah, I thought that was part of the design.
Yeah, so, well done. Well done.
To Fuzz, wishing you the purriest of days on your lap day, and many purry more to come. Camera Axel. 1 bar each, follow the nyans. Extra creamy milk.
Or extra milky cream.
Sure.
Well, actually, no, that'd be creme fraiche, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Eee.
There's something sticking into my side. Oh, it's a card. Ooh! Now, this is one I haven't seen in a while.
Black Cauldron. Ooh, criminally underrated.
Yeah. Damn, it's been ages since I've seen the Black Cauldron.
Oh, boy. Now that's...
What have we got?
We have the Matthew Broderick film Lady Hawk.
I've heard of that film.
Yeah. The story of a love that can never be consummated. So no wonder it's PG. He is a wolf by night and she a hawk by day, destined never to meet in human form unless they can reverse... I get the distinct sensation I know why this is included. Unless they can reverse the evil spell cast upon them, an exciting action-packed suspense adventure that is older than most of my audience. Wow. I didn't know this was on DVD, but I guess that kind of should be expected. I'll grant you, I definitely was not expecting to ever see Lady Hawk.
Surprises, surprises.
Yeah. Ew.
Look, it has a jumper.
Yeah. My yips are more or less...
This one has a jumper and that one has a scarf.
Yeah, my yips are more or less consistent. You have quite the variety of cat breeds.
Well, you know what they say, variety is the spice of Nyan. Oh.
There's a note there.
I consider this as one of the freakiest and most surreal films I have ever seen, Cam. Oh my god, it's Existence.
Oh god!
Funny thing about this, I actually, one of my lecturers did basically a huge 3-part lecture on the history of science fiction films.
Almost everyone forgets this movie existed. Because it's
And
kind
the
of an
last
acid
part
trip.
of that lecture overran by about an hour and a half. 2.5 hours in that lecture, and almost everyone stayed. Because they enjoyed the lectures on the topic that much. And Existence was one of the movies that was brought up. And yeah, it is weird.
It is. It's sort of Matrix meets Inception. Is the easiest way to describe it. And it is incredibly brain screwery. But wow. Also, it has very strong feelings about the development of video game consoles.
Mushroom.
Yeah, you'd need them.
What you got?
I have Dragon Slayer. So, in the Dark Ages, a young would-be sorcerer sets out to slay Vermithrax, the terrifying dragon that has reigned supreme throughout the land. You can sense the Hobbit in this. Abounding in fantasy and science fiction, Dragon Slayer is lit by magic, and from its medieval alchemy emerges an entertainment bursting with suspense. I love the way old movies were described. It's just ridiculous.
Have you seen Dragon Slayer before? Do you have any... What is it about? I mean, other than
slaying Vermithrax, a terrifying dragon that has reigned supreme throughout the land. I have not the slightest clue. This one's new to me.
I guess
so
we'll find out.
Done. Jeez, we have some watching to do.
I guess we'll open the square ones first.
Okay. Deploy the cubes.
Oh, these are quite heavy.
Hefty, yes.
I get the feeling I know what this might be.
Oh?
Or at least a vague idea. Oh god, it's in polystyrene.
Oh god. It has a certain word up on it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Do you need assistance?
Oh. Oh god, this is suffering.
Yeah.
For future reference, please don't send me stuff that's packed in polystyrene unless it's in a box, because,
It really messes with your ears, doesn't it?
Yeah, autism, bad, sensory bad. Whew. Sorry, the original tag for the sushi socks was stolen and chewed on by the puppy. I got the socks unharmed. Sushi socks. Oh, wow!
Ooh, yum. We actually had some, well, I don't know if we had sushi, but we definitely had Japanese cuisine.
We did have sushi for a bit there.
Yeah, there was a very lovely Japanese restaurant nearby that we'd love to go to occasionally.
Yeah, we had some nice nigiri and maki there, which in fact are on this.
Wow.
Salmon nigiri and some cucumber maki.
Nice.
Oh.
Oh.
A poly.
Nice.
It's an Ace Colours.
Nice. Well, now I'm curious, because something tells me Demipan is not a colour scheme that works well as a dice.
Oh, that's really cool. Thank you, Cam. And cactus socks.
Can't touch this.
Da 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 da. I like how it has the fluffy spines as well.
Yeah, that's nice. Good attention to detail.
And a lovely mug.
Hmm.
Oh,
Have you not seen what was on it yet?
It's an angel Nyan with
Yeah.
rainbow bubbles. Oh my god, that is so cute.
Yeah.
Those are 3 things I love.
Yeah.
Cats, rainbows, bubbles.
Yeah. Not angels?
Wings. I like wings.
If they're wheel angels that are on fire, maybe. I mean, that's pretty damn metal, that's what you said. Okay, more sushis. With original label, apparently.
Where did I... Oh, there.
Yes. Yeah. It's nice. Delicious, delicious sock. And... Oh,
wow.
very nice. That is...
Pardon my French, but that is cool as
milk. Yeah. So that is an Inari Fox mask. Or Kitsune Blade. Japanese yokai fox, in short. And let's see what we have in here. We have blue and white. Slate, my mistake, with white. Polyhedral dice. Ooh. Yeah, Demi Pam would have been an ass, I admit. Yes, please rattle dice directly into the microphone.
Sorry. It's just a bit stuck.
They would be, yes, that's the point. That's the idea of a container. And more cacti. Can't touch these. Yeah. Okay. So what are these? Wait, no, that's not how the meme goes, isn't it? What are those?
Do you want to open yours first? Or?
I guess. I know what this fox is doing.
Yes.
This fox has seen a mouse under the snow and is about to dive headfirst into it.
But where's the mouse?
Good question. We never see the mouse. Although we wouldn't because it's on the snow.
Oh, good point.
So the mouse is presumably on the inside of the package. Oh dear God.
What have you got?
I have a butt.
A butt?
A butt. Oh dear God, he's so fluffy. So it's by the same company as the cat you got as well.
Oh, so it is. A little bit squished all around. Could do.
God, it's like a celestial divine fennec. Oh. Boop me. Well, I think I can guess what yours is then. Let's see.
Oh my God! It's a Pushinicorn and a Pushinai mask.
Oh, that'll help.
Yeah, I was actually just saying a few days ago I could really do with one of these.
Yeah. Let's see if it fits.
I have no idea how ridiculous I look right now.
Well, you'll see it on camera later.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, Cam, thank you so much. Oh, I could just nuzzle this guy all day. Indeed I might, if I didn't have more things to do today. Thank you very much, Cam, for all of these wonderful, wonderful gifts. And I hope you enjoyed that. Graphic design is my passion, you see. I kid, it's not. Filmmaking is definitely my passion. So, there's another topic that I need to talk about today. It's gonna get a little bit personal, so there's a bar growing across the screen at the top here, letting you know how much longer is in this particular segment, if this makes you uncomfortable or if you otherwise don't care. And at the end of it, I also say onto the schedule and we'll be moving on with the rest of the video. So, a lot of this year has been about experimentation, making things new, making things different, trying new things, and the kind of stuff, which sort of ran on the end of 2016, well, 2017, I should say, where I started to try and break out of the mold of trousers and a t-shirt with a graphic, usually with a geeky reference on it, in my fashion, to be a bit more visually interesting. After 10 plus years, I was finally incredibly tired of being a series of rectangles, which I have only come to describe male fashion as even more so since. It's actually kind of infuriating to me how boring men's fashion departments are nowadays. But in December, where this all kind of like hit its head, I started wearing breast forms. Because this was a thing that had been suggested to me by a few friends up until that point, and I figured, why not? If I'm gonna do this, I might as well dive in, and just... The best way to break out of my comfort zone has frequently been to just drive at it with a forklift truck just at full speed. So, yeah, I started wearing breast forms, and you can see those here, you can see my sports bra under here. And my marker was that after 12 months, so this is to say by December of this year, I would make a decision on whether those would become more permanent, on whether I would actually get surgery. And the more that the year has gone on, the more that that has seemed excessive. Within, like, a couple of weeks, having them was just completely second nature to me. And now I'm at the stage where I don't actually feel comfortable without them. And for those wondering, I do in fact take them off to do various things, for example showering, because they're not waterproof, and also there'd be issues if I didn't. So... One moment. Okay. That's reasons we're moving. So, yeah, in terms of my comfort with my physical shape, I feel like they've definitely improved things. My gender, I'm still pretty hard set on my gender as being male, as being a guy, as being he, him pronouns, that kind of thing. I don't think I'm bigender, I don't think I'm trans of any kind, I don't think I'm non-binary. I'm just not really wired to look like what society defines a guy as. I'm wired to look like what I define a guy as, or more specifically, me as. And it's had a definite impact on my mood. It had a definite impact upon my demeanor in a lot of ways. I'm more confident, I want to say. I wandered around the town centre of Middlesbrough, wearing basically this outfit a few days ago, and didn't have a panic attack at all, or thankfully get harassed. That were I feel like my body image is up, my confidence is up, I'm feeling happier, I'm feeling more comfortable. I've been through some pretty horrible, like, terrible periods this past, like, year, and honestly, it's helped. I know it takes me quite considerably outside of the normal frame of human social reference or whatever, but kind of doesn't matter to me anymore. Not everybody's accepting of this. My community is a wonderful, wonderful place to be. It's been put together by some very welcoming and accepting people, and it has been filled with very welcoming and accepting people as a consequence. And you're all wonderful, good eggs, okay? I think I need to say that. You're good eggs. So yeah, 6 months in to what is ostensibly a year-long experiment, I don't think I'm gonna give these up. I think I'm gonna go a bit further. The idea that I'm going to get more permanent solutions is, I think, a far-gone conclusion at this point. It's not cheap, and I can't say how easy it'll be, because my only reference here for non-trans people getting breast implants is, in fact, people who did it for a dare. So, yeah, that's not great. I guess I have to be the trendsetter there. But I think it's gonna happen. I don't know when. I hope as soon as I can manage it. And by this point, I'm expecting that the music has stopped, because this is a serious kind of statement. But, yeah. So, I'm looking great. My fashion, I think, has picked up a lot. I like the way that I look in the new clothes. I like being able to wear these new clothes. And I like the way that I look outside of them, with certain help of the basis of the fact that I can't look outside. I can't have these without, like, some degree of clothing on, but nonetheless. Another thing I've realized is that this isn't necessarily the end point. Getting a bust is not necessarily the point where I draw the end line of, okay, here is where I am optimally comfortable in my skin. But it's the point, more or less, that that medical technology can take me to. Without getting too terribly, like, too terribly, like, close, what's the phrase here? I don't really want to cut out too much of this video, because this is kind of an important thing to talk about, and you should see me talking about this as I can. Without getting too intimate, there's a lot of human experience that I, by nature of my birth, I'm incapable of experiencing. And down the road, I genuinely want to experience those. And I can't, because I don't have the hardware. I don't want to lose any of the experiences I can currently access, but there's definitely things that I want to do. There's definitely things that I want to experience, and currently that's impossible, to the best of my knowledge. Maybe there'll be developments down the road that will help that. For the moment, I kind of just have to deal in whatever way I can. So, yeah. My expression's getting weirder, I guess. But I think it's for the better in the long run. So, that's where I am, 6 months in. If you told me this is what I would be saying to a camera a year ago, I would have been very, very surprised. 2 or 3 years ago, I would have been completely bewildered by the concept. But that's part of why you do these experiments. That's kind of why you try and push those boundaries. You try and, like, find the hard edge, and the edge that isn't quite as hard as you thought it was. It's because in the end, you end up happier. And with that, onto the schedule. On Thursday night, 11 PM BST, we have XCOM 2 War of the Chosen on midnight, where we're going codex hunting and hoping they don't just suicide on us again. Then on Saturday at 9 PM BST, we have The Carousel, where last week the writers tested their trivia prowess and mostly came up lacking. What challenge awaits them this week? Lastly for the week, on Tuesday at 9 PM BST, we have Building Blocks, where we are hopefully starting on release 5.0 of various oddities, and we are alternatively tinkering with a quick prototype. And videos you might have missed for the week. We have an episode of Dailies by Daylight, where Anna, aka the Huntress, really needs to practice her hatchet throwing before the county fair. And we also have a server event from New Helena, a time-lapse, and a seedy shopping district. What more could a changeling ask for? Lastly for the videos this week, we have Jimmy. And we have no questions this week, so if you have any questions about the variety of things I've discussed this week, or anything else, just drop it in the comments down below, and we'll see if it gets answered next week. Other than that, I hope this chit-chat and whatnot has been sufficient for your entertainment, or at least your information, and I shall catch you, as ever, next week.